Fat Ogre has to yield.
And with Ogre yielding,
Yogurt.
it means that Faces Forward gets very little CS. He's 8 for 2. Compare that to the Lifestealer. In the safe lane, Arteezy got 20 for 2. And then the mid lane, Sumail, CS-wise, well ahead. 22 for 5 versus 12 for 2. And now he's even looking for the stack. Sumail's going to steal it. He takes so much of this. Weeha put 2 points up in the march. She said he wants to move back into the jungle and farm up, but Sumail's watching it. He knows.
Okay.
No bar guys, no bar guys.
I can't tell you if this is the expected outcome, but let's remember Liquid had last pick, so they specifically picked this Tinker into Kunkka. If he gets doubled up on CS, he's either getting flat out outplayed or they pick him a really bad matchup.
And it's not just in the CS too. Like you think, okay, it's a couple of neutrals. He's got 8 stick charges thanks to all the shatter poison that Fly's been throwing out. But this still looks like overall the gold advantage is there for EG. We're coming up to around the 5-minute mark where the runes will start to spawn up and we'll start to see the priorities from these teams. But at the moment, EG still hold the top 2 net worths.
Yep.
The only real sacrifice is Fly.
What runes can you fight for, though? The Shadow Demon is going to probably skill Disruption against Mind Control top to get both runes, and bottom runes, maybe you can get one. But I don't think they'll get both of them.
Mind Control's even taking the creep wave with him.
Alright, never mind.
A quick disruption, Arteezy still wants the kill. He still grabs the bounty room, but he'll lose his life for it.
I think he's pretty happy with that, actually, on Tide. He's only level 4. He gets the rune. Shadow Demon uses all of his resources. And he didn't really lose too many creeps top. Arteezy was also leaving to join for...
Have a crack at crit. But the dire observable from EG just sees way too much. So they buff up Miracle with the Bloodlust crit, playing the trees perfectly. That's what the dire observable doesn't see, however. It only sees the trees to the side.
Miracle needs to be careful here. He's actually in range of dying now.
Oh,
He's super dead.
Ooh, Miracle mati guys.
Like Miracle was just trying to beat down S4 to open up the opportunity for Kuro and GH, and now he just dies straight out.
He basically just fed S4 a lot of retaliate stacks and didn't account for the potential Lina in the trees. Very nicely played there by Crit to hide around there. Miracle was trying to get as much out of that as possible, but was not seeing that Lina coming. And now Lina might even be getting more. There's a connection down from Shadow Demon. This is a dead
Uroki sih mati ke pick off ini Uroki.
And catch him out right on top of the Shrine to work with Fly. And well, Shrine is out. Arrow flies forward. A quick movement forward from Crit. Dodges it from GH.
Aman
He'll jump
dia.
in for the Starfall.
Ala crit dia ini yang mati. Crit yang mati, the fuck.
GH able to work with him at the same
Tuker.
time. You're able to find your own kill. Tinker underneath the tower, juking out Weeha. He's moving left and right around the tower. Sumail, he just wants one more.
Aduh. Ya, nggak kena dong Sumail.
He's trying to consume up with the clarity to get closer. Kuro's arrived as well, but Sumail up the hill. And Crit will arrive just a bit.
One hit lagi loh.
And there's a region bottom. How nice.
Even better for Sumail.
He's going to be loving that. Not sure he knew that Rune was here when he started going for this play, but I think he did. I think they saw it on the way with Shadow Demon. So, a lot of pressure into Tinker, but he doesn't die. He comes back into the mid lane. And he's going to start farming and pushing out again. But now he's 1,000 gold behind, so this is... This is
Ini
not
agak ada
how-
delaynya guys ya, 5 detik lah mungkin delaynya ini.
This is not how this lane should go. It should be better for Tinker. Maybe I'm wrong about him drawing, but losing by 1k at 7 minutes without a kill.
It feels like, oh man, bottom lane. Sumail actually the turn timing. Miracle
Mantap, Miracle mati lagi.
4 points up in Tiebring is more than enough to crit through Miracle. But I'm kind of with you on that point where it's like, yeah, you feel like it should have gone better, but it feels like there should have also been someone to work with.
Ini RTZ-nya free banget sih, nggak namanya nggak di pressure sama Liquidnya.
It's like there's been no presence, just a straight one-on-one duel so far, and when that happens, Sumail always seems to come out on top.
Yeah, they committed a lot of their time from their supports to protecting Miracle in this bottom lane because it is a dangerous lane for playing against the Centaur Lina. And that obviously means that there's nobody able to put on the pressure in mid.
Sumail battling on bottom, S4, he'll tank the arrow with the Starfall, the boat's already coming in, so
Nggak kena.
doesn't really care, he can regen, he's got a lot of armor, good leap away from
GH mati sih, GH mati, diledakin tuh.
Banish him up, Fly is arrived.
Pasti diledekin sama nah kan.
And Samael bottom lane because they're fine with that. Easy being on top because no one can really contest the lifesteal.
Nah, pas ini nge-lag cuy. Nge-lag loh.
It's just gonna free farm every time the hard camp. Level 6 cooldowns that they kind of don't want to use in just single small kills. And then this Tinker who needs a lot of time and space, especially after losing the lane. So it makes the map nice to play for EG for now. The timing Liquid is looking for is much later than this, so as long as they can stay afloat, defend their towers, and get a couple of bounty runes every 5 minutes, things are not looking too bad for them, but you gotta be careful to not give away too much.
Smel's gonna battle for the 10-minute rune. Tied, nothing to do there, but yeah, straight 2-2 trade-off. They're seeing a very large stack inside the Dire jungle. Just trying to steal some of S4's farm. It is Ancients. That's not what Liquid can really take care of.
Yeah, Tinker can't steal that. The only hero that can steal the Ancients is Tide, but it takes really long, and he has no way of really getting over there right now. So that stack is pretty safe. Kunkka will be farming it up later for sure. Working on a first item Halberd, Samael in this game. Thought maybe he'd go the Radiance build. He's going Halberd to minimize Void's impact. We have some trouble.
X marked up. Even under the
Pick up sih ketika aduh. Kunkanya mati sih. Nice ravage. Wah, aman. Untung ada ulti sih. Wah. Wah, 2 core mati. Pas banget anjir mereka keluarnya tadi.
Fly is slowing down. Time walks off cooldown. 3 seconds time. The arrow looking to fly forward as well, but it's all Fly jumping in, able to get the hit from Miracle. No way to be protected underneath that tier 2 tower as Team Liquid will now actually look to take that tier 1 tower in mid. Weehaw will have to do defense work against S4, who's been pressuring that bottom tower. A Centaur not joining the fight. What a surprise.
Liquid brought their whole family mid and used all of their ultis, so now they need to get the hell out of here. They have nothing left to fight with. They got a big chunk out of the mid tower though, even S4. No, they're currently leaving it. Maybe as bait, maybe they didn't realize. And yeah, Weehaw managed to defend bottom, so very good movement from Liquid here with bringing all these heroes in. Now they have downtime for a minute, which I think EG is going to use to at least get the bottom tower, maybe get some good damage on the mid, invade the jungle, try to get aggressive wards out so they can punish the Tinker while he's farming. But for now, it's all safe for Liquid.
Weehaw's farm's going to become a little bit easier for them. Oh, nice Torrent, X-Mark, Light Strike Array, and no follow-up. Still underneath the tier 1 tower. But the BTs are completed for Tinker, 12 minutes into the game. Doesn't have a soul ring, at least has the bottle to work with. So it's not the most efficient Tinker just yet, but at least it's a global Tinker.
He'll have the soul ring really soon. Sitting on level 11. It's the same level as Samael. After losing the lane, he has caught up from that fight in mid where Samael ended up dying.
And the only thing difference is the net worth. If he had a whole bunch of stacks, then this would be chased up a lot faster, but Samael's almost playing like Weeha's playing an Alchemist. Always invading the jungle, making sure there's no stacks available, and they're checking both the southern as well as the northern Radiant jungles.
He's going to be farming up some nice stacks here too now. All of the stuff that EG prepared over here is just ready for Samael to take. He's going to start cleaving the Ancients. Maybe he'll stack this camp. I think he mistimed it a little bit. That's all right. And I don't know about this Halberd build. I'm not sure if it's the right approach to this game. It's good against Void early on, with the disarm inside the Chronosphere and the evasion, the... Obviously, a lot of stats for Kunkka. Getting strength is really nice. But you're taking this over a Radiance build, right? So I guess they want Arteezy to get Radiance for sure, and Kunkka feels like this is the second best item build he can go in this game. Could have thought about maybe taking an armlet approach that would build into the classic Kunkka build with armlet crit. The Halberd is also stable.
see how effective it can be. We'll watch the fight closely. And we'll see where he also wants to go next. S4 is just doing his work to finish up. Well, he's got Bracer and Blink queued up, but the money is so close he may actually get that Blink dagger by 15 minutes. May need a little of extra cover fire on the bottom lane as Weeha's pushing it back with the March of the Machines.
And it's really going to be the name of the game, this Tinker, right? Like you wanna place wards that can find Tinker. Killing this hero is really impactful in the game because he's such a nuisance all the time pushing out your lanes. So you have to kind of mind game him, make him feel safe in an area that he's not safe in, have some high ground wards that catch him off guard, and then your reward for killing him will be getting a tower. Because something that Liquid don't have too much of just yet is damage. Their lineup doesn't hit that hard.
That's meant to come from the Void, right? Like he's your primary damage dealer.
Eventually he will do a lot of damage, right? But Void is one of those carries that he has Bloodlust, it definitely helps, but he doesn't deal these ridiculous amounts of damage until he gets multiple items.
It's not like he has the combination we saw earlier today, like this Faceless Void and Tree. Like the never-ending volley into Chronosphere gave all the damage they require.
Yep. Tinker can kind of work that way against non-BKB heroes, but again, he needs items. And that's okay for Liquid so far. Like the game plan is progressing, maybe slightly worse than they had planned, but there's definitely still in an okay position. I think both teams, if they saw the state of the game right now, they would feel like it's relatively even. I think EG are ahead on gold for sure, but
it's 49 to 51%.
Oh, that is really even.
Yeah.
Actually.
You're getting the right feeling, Sind. And looks like Team Liquid want to try and add some pressure up on top. We've had mind control with a couple of great Ravages already, especially that one in mid lane.
Now Sumail's building in Farmlet.
Okay.
So he wanted the Halberd first, just for the immediate value against the Void. Now he's going for the damage.
So
you obviously had the
he gets
alternative.
Armlet as well as Halberd because you're getting the Radiance over on the Lifestealer.
Yeah,
after
that was the exact thing, right? I was thinking maybe they could do the other way around. But I guess they want to make Arteezy just as much of a carry as possible. They could have...
Invest him up. Hoof stomp forward. Arteezy, who actually is moving up towards the top lane as Mind Control and S4 battling. The rest of EG is there as Arteezy, who's not there. He's the one inside the jungle, but they'll still catch out Mind Control. He'll end up just tanking him for the team. TP is not available, it got cancelled. Try and battle it out in the tree line. But eventually dropping down. Because it was Sumail who got the kill as well. I mean, Kunkka.
Did you hear the way Tide yelled it? That's how you pronounce it. You're welcome.
Kunkka.
Kunkka.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's also Visage, right?
A little bit of trivia, of course. Kunkka is a hero named after one of the biggest artists of Dota in the old Dota in Warcraft 3. One of the original artists that did a lot of the loading screens. Kunkka has also made art and item sets designs in Dota 2, actually. That's the guy the hero is named after.
You are a mountain of knowledge, but let's start the team fight, right? Crit, caught over on the side. Rocket's going to connect, giving Weeha the kill. Now the battle from range begins. The Chrono, it just caught Arteezy on the edge. The boat's coming in, so it's a defensive disruption. A quick push away as Miracle finds himself disarmed. A lot of big abilities burnt out by EG. What are they going to get in return? Kuro looks to be here for the 4-star, trying to get them a little bit further down. The illusions will be cleaned off.
Bit surprised to see Arteezy rotating for this. You usually don't see Lifestealer do kind of anything outside of farming until Radiance. A little bit reminiscent of yesterday where he tried to maybe get involved a little too early on his anti-mage in the game against OG in Game 3. And probably better off just farming up this full Radiance and then thinking about joining his team for the moves. And Armlet completed.
Now it's Team Liquid who wants to assault the EG jungle. Mind Control is just doing a little bit of a walkabout. They know all the lanes will push in anyway. That's what just happens with the Tinker. They want to find up on top. S4 is itching with Hoof Stomp Blink. GH gonna find him. Hoof Stomp actually just goes to clean up the wave instead. Liquid undone. They can bring the Tinker back. Mind Control, as well as Kuro has arrived.
They don't have Chrono though. It's hard times to fight when you don't have Chrono and the enemy. Oh. Miracle.
Oh, he just used his time block as well. Try and dilate them up, and maybe if the stun chains can be perfect, EG, they will claim the kill on Miracle, and S4 jumping himself forward up the hill, and then in range of Kuro's Monica stun and the arrow combining with the Ravage. They'll layer it, but the damage is still there. Flying Sumail being interrupted by that Ravage, and under the Moonlight Shadow, Liquid want to keep moving forward. Crit able to look for the stun, but he can't keep hitting the target because he can't see it. Meanwhile, Weeha gives the cover of the March to the Machines. Arteezy once again rotating to try and be part of this fight, but there's nothing he can do.
Yeah, the fight is already over when he arrived, so this is a bit more efficiency lost. It could be farming up that little bit faster. It's not the end of the world, but when this happens a couple of times in a row, you're starting to reach the point where maybe you could have had a 1 minute earlier Radiance, and that could perhaps lose you a team fight at some point. So you gotta keep up that efficiency. It's something a lot of the commentators have been giving a player like Hector a lot of praise for from Infamous, who are now knocked out in 7th, 8th position after they lost to Secret earlier today. Hector has been extremely efficient at farming the map. And Arteezy has generally been considered like the pinnacle of farming patterns. Like he has been extremely good at being super efficient around the map, but in the later stages of this tournament, I feel like his efficiency has dropped just a tiny little bit compared to what we usually see. Wants to get involved, wants to play that team game, but yeah, now the Radiance is up. Now I would like to see him join some more.
Yeah. Then he can actually start comboing with S4. That's why it's like, you hear the Infest and then the fight happened up on top lane. It's like, oh, he's getting inside of S4, get that quick pop and move on to another target. But now, at least when Radiance is up, he can jump inside of S4 and they have that combination, the delivery system for the Livestealer to get him the early kill and then the advantage in the fight for EG. So 20-minute Radiance. The bounty runes will be a straight 2-2 split.
I like the items that both teams are planning really. Tide, first of all, got this pipe for the immediate value and the Force Staff on Mirana to disengage from the Centaur jumps. And EG are planning on getting Greaves on Lina currently with a pipe on the Centaur. So they get all these auras up so that they hit a strong mid-game timing where they can win team fights. Good damage mid onto Mind Control, but
it's the combination we're looking for. The damage is setting up. Sumail's throwing out a couple of abilities just to try and chip him down. There's no Ravage for 20 seconds. Weeha is going to complete the TP out. S4's, he's covered under Invis. So no smoke break. But Weeha's not coming to the mid lane. In fact, he's pushing out the bottom instead. And underneath the Radiant Observer and Sentry, now Team Liquid will Moonlight Shadow. They were hoping to kill off Crit. And this gank that EG has set up faces forward. He jumps over S4. He only had He turns around. The Hopstone won't connect.
That wasn't going to matter anyway. He was in Moonlight.
Yep.
They couldn't have killed him. So, okay. Well.
And Miracle saw him for a half second. The Sentry Ward on the low ground, I believe, actually just showed S4. That's why Miracle took 2 steps backwards.
And with this game just slowing down and not too much happening, you've got to feel good for Liquid right now. Tinker had a hard start. He's now almost top of the net worth. The Void is getting good items. The Tide, as we talked about, has what they need to defend right now, and that's really what it comes down to is, EG, can you push some towers or not? You need to get through Tide, you need to get through Tinker. It's really, really difficult. They don't have the best siegers either. On top of all the good defense, their offense isn't great.
They need picks, right? Like that's why they set up for it in mid. Like they know they need to find a kill, then you can push a tower. And that tier 1 tower is on almost no life, but maybe as you were saying, like Liquid know, like how does EG push in? We won't even deny our mid tower.
Crit got arrow, but
he's a long way away.
No follow-up on that. They're not interested in it. So back to farming we go. Push out the waves. Tinker's going to farm some jungle with... That's kind of the extra benefit Tinker has. When he's done a good job pushing out the lanes, he will expect the enemy team to go and defend their lanes, and that's when he can get an extra jungle camp or 2 in for that added efficiency.
It's been a really good recovery for him. Still about, actually something like 500, 600 gold. Behind Arteezy, 1,000 behind, behind Sumail. New items have arrived. Miracle's got his BKB, still amping up more of his damage. And what are you really getting in return? The armor's about to be completed up for Arteezy. There's a BKB build coming in for Sumail. The pipe is fully done on S4. He's going into the heart of Tarask.
You've got 2 armlets. You want to fight now then. Like these are relative tempo items. It's not like they completely fall off, but you usually when you hit that armlet, you hit a spike in your relative power to the enemy team. Kunkka hasn't really had his be too useful. Now that they have two, you really want to get involved in something. But it's just tough. Like pushing towers is really hard. Invading the enemy safe area in the jungle is hard. So you need to get through either a tide or just an ogre breaking your smoke and dying. Moonlight Shadow is a problem.
Just feels like we've just got a truce. It's like, okay, everyone, things are really difficult to try and find into this. So what are we gonna do? All right, let's just build up, like farm our items. But the cannons are already there. Like, I think I saw, yeah, it's a mech flying out. So Crit's managed to find himself up a mech on this support Lina. The blink has arrived for mind control. So the initiation can come in from one side, but then there's always the counter. The health to kick back, the immunity or resistance. There's Tinker wards up, so EG can see when Tinker wants to make his jump. There's no disable items right yet from Weeha. Be it Scythe, be it Yules, be it whatever.
Oh, Miracle, is he gonna fall into the Tinker trap here? Oh, they already backed off. They placed the Tinker ward, but don't stay. So.
And the Moonlight Shadow from Liquid is here for the 25-minute bounty rune setup.
And they know the ward is there too. They're pinging it out with the sentry.
Is this EG going to go to smoke? They do have one over on fly underneath their shrine, so S4 will come in. Smoke well out of vision of Team Liquid. Everyone from Team Liquid is here. BKB now also arrived on Sumail. Yeah, this really does feel like go time. The Observer Ward's nearby, mind control. They're actually playing do-si-do around the Maypole, and maybe Liquid. Well, here he is, Miracle. Does he get the chrono off? No, they get the hostile first. Hit with the torrent. Miracle instantly dead. He can buy back and fight on top of the shrine, but Kuro, he's the next target. They've got enough damage to get through him, one after the other. EG finding Team Liquid players. Mind control becomes the next one. Gets his feet wet with the torrent. Light Strike Array will also hold him, and X-Mark will bring him back. Mind control for all that tankiness. EG show they have the damage output required.
They'll get 3 kills and 2 bounties. Not finding GH, it looks like, playing in the trees in the bottom. But can they get some meaningful tower damage? S4, he's gonna have 13 retaliate stacks after being hit a couple of times, so I think this tower is going to go down. And that's a very well executed aggressive move from EG here. Oh, Tinker might defend. They're respawning. They're back on.
You get all those retaliate stacks, and then it's like, oh, I can get hit by laser, or well, how do I actually keep pushing into this lane? Mark's Machines takes out my wave. So we go back to the status quo, back to the item farm up. GH, it looks like the supports have to become the medics. He's going for a full Greaves build on this Mirana. Crit's doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah, he's pretty farmed on Lina. He's having a good game. Almost has the same net worth as the enemy Tidehunter. Only 700 behind him.
Do you actually like him going in for this kind of like medic style build as opposed to having this over on Centaur?
I think Centaur doesn't really want to go Greaves with the Face Boots first item, right? So he gets the pipe and he'll get something else. He's looking at a heart right now. I think Aghanims is really good this game against Void and Tinker. Keep heroes alive in the Chronosphere, get that extra damage mitigation. So yeah, I kind of like it on Lina. It still feels like a decent Yules game though, which is would usually be the other item. But that kind of always feels good on Lina. Sometimes you gotta try something else. They have other setups. They have Centaur Stomp, they have Shadow Demon Disruption, they have X-Mark. So he doesn't need to set himself up for success as much as you would do in many other leagues.
It feels nice that he could open up the space for S4 to be more dynamic with his item build-up. Like, I can be the frontliner, right?
Yep.
That doesn't have to be RTZ being focused down by whatever Team Liquid want to build into. But they don't really have items that counter him directly just yet. Even Tinker. Weeha's building for a BKB. A Tinker with no disable outside of the laser.
Yep. He does have decent mana pool because of the Kaya, so you generally don't see BKB built this early because Tinker often needs more mana regen or more mana items in general to be efficient and have a lot of spells in the fight, but the Kaya as well as the Lens give him quite a lot of mana, so he can go for that BKB and try to fight. We'll see if he ends up regretting that or not, because it is an early BKB, and it does slow down his item progression for sure, so you imagine they want to fight once he gets it. And S4's tanking his item of choice against Tinker. When this heart comes out, he has so much magical EHP with the pipe and what will probably be around 3,500 hit points when he finishes the heart.
This could be quick. Great scout by Fly. Throws out the Shadow Poison. There's a double damage on Miracle. They've already taken 1/3 of the life off the Tidehunter. Miracle, he jumps up. He finds crit. Already going for the quick bashes. And he actually calls Sumail right on the edge of the Chronosphere. The bow will buy some space. They'll bash it. One, but man, it's 4! It's a 3-man one-stop into the back line. Liquid is still trying to fight within the Moonlight Shadow. The Ravage creating space from Mind Control. The Miracle is losing life so quickly. Sumail and Arteezy just focus him down. They'll turn their attention towards Mind Control as he will also fall. They lose S4 in the backline's evil geniuses, but Crit, he's ready to fight again. He's going to find Ogre, or Ogre's going to find him, however you look at it. And once again, oh, the stun is just off the mark, but the banishment will be there from Fly. GH will fall. Kuro will go down to the one-man standing as Weeha pushing out the side lanes. But the damage to Roshan was done, so EG, RT's going to head straight into the pit.
Yeah, and I don't think Liquid can defend this. The only buyback they have is the Mirana, 30 seconds on her. The first respawning hero will be Void with 15 seconds to go, but has no Chronosphere and has no BKB, so isn't really a threat at all.
It's like, do you want Weeha anywhere near this too?
And that Chronosphere, it's just not good enough. Like, getting one Lina in the enemy jungle who can just buy back and even gets her death delayed by the ghost ship, that doesn't cut it. You need something bigger than that. You know your Tide can't do anything to the BKBs. Once this BKB is popped on the Kunkka, once the Rage is popped on the Lifestealer, Mind Control's just running in circles in the fight and has nobody to ravage, nobody to go on. And that's why that Chrono has to be better. It has to be on the right targets and with better vision than what they had there.
Just felt like he was going to get a little bit more of EG. But now EG had the Aegis Immortal and Assault Cuirass as well, both on the same hero, the Lifestealer. So the auras are really starting to arrive. Sumail's actually going to be the first one to build into the Hex. This will be over on the Kunkka.
I like that a lot. Getting this utility. He has a lot of damage in his teammates. This is not the kind of game where Kunkka needs those big cleaves just yet. Lifestealer has a lot of damage. Lina, Centaur, oh, quick rage.
Actually moves back in to farm the wave and then dodges the arrow.
Why not? You already rage.
How fast can you spam we?
Well, he does play Rocket League.
Ooh! High S4. High S4.
At least he used to. I think he's actually pretty good at it. He played it a lot on his stream in the past. So.
Well, he's
Very
got
fitting hero for that.
transferable skills in esports. Looks like EG will finally be able to push down this mid lane coming together. They don't have S4 with them, however, but there are 4 heroes together. Because EG's always having to deal with their side lanes because of Tinker. Like, we are, like, these 2 big fights that have happened which have just gone the way of EG. We still didn't die. He was still pushing out the side lanes. This Tinker is 4-1. And the one was pretty early on.
There's still a way to go, though. He's going Kaya Yasha. So still will be so far away from any big damage. No Hex, no Axe, no Dagon.
It's like the opposite of everything we've been seeing in TI. It's like, hey, we got a Chronosphere. Here's the damage. Here's the volley. We build Aghanims first on time to reach this point.
And
Nice
we
and
got a
quickly.
Chronosphere. I have move speed.
But it's just when you just say, like, Liquid believe later in the game they can take this. Because that feels like that's the way Weeha is itemizing for this.
Oh,
like, it's like, okay, we're
absolutely.
playing for 80 minutes, 90 minutes.
Maybe not that much.
Maybe he's
but,
got a compendium prediction.
But I honestly think Liquid's game plan doesn't really come online until in
Arteezy,
15 minutes.
He walks underneath the tower. He didn't see them. They were covered inside the Moonlight Shadow, but Arteezy will just rage up and
So
armlets away. Cole?
he has 46 armor with armlet activated or something like that. It was a high number. Over 40. I'll spoil that much for you.
S4's going to finish the bottom tower. Easily done. And it really does feel like they're still buying more time. Miracle's building into the MKB as fast as he can. Looking for this straight up damage. Arteezy, he knows how tanky he is. Mind Control's waiting up on the hill. The rest of EG, they're in the trees, ready to fight. Arteezy the front liner. And then, well, S4 blinked in looking for his own opportunity. And Mind Control picked up by the Torrent. Arteezy, remember, he's just here for the tower. They don't want to fight underneath the March of the Machines. EG want to fight on their terms.
Oh, they got the 2 towers they wanted. They have good vision placed out. And now the challenge is to get the top area. Get these 2 top towers, get the enemy triangle area so Tinker can't farm that, further limiting the space of Liquid. They're They're waiting for a move right now. They would love to jump them in the mid lane because that's a great access point to get up to top after they get a pick off. For now, Liquid are not falling for it.
No.
Arteezy's just gonna farm.
What do? Weeha just keep re-arming, blinking down the lane, just keep creep skipping out everything. And Ichi can't keep up with him. Like, he just keeps going. He not only did he nuke the like, one wave, he then blinked 5 times to reach the second, and now he goes all the way in the base to reach the third. Doing this in the grand span total of maybe 10 seconds?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's crazy the speed he's able to achieve.
It's the Yashakaya, man. You move so fast. It's totally not the Rearm Blink Dagger. Oh.
Stampede is out. Mind control, he's already leaving. Man, Ichi. Maybe a misclick, but also maybe they're just really itching for a fight. They've had this Aegis the Immortal, the tower's been taken, and Liquid have done a good job just to avoid it and find the farm on the course. MKB is now done.
It's just the way Weeha's playing. I love the way he's playing. He's making the right decisions. Like, it's debatable if this is the ideal item build, but his playstyle with it is absolutely correct. Like, you keep skipping waves, you keep buying time.
Now he's going to go for
stay
the
out
Hex.
of harm's way.
He's going to start finding the disable in a bit.
Void
and it always...
KB.
Like, how do you fight this if you're EG? You want to push, you got an Aegis, but you're always on your side lanes.
It's hard to go high ground. You kind of have to map control.
Someone
primarily.
see that courier. Someone see that courier.
Oh my
It's got so much money. And look who's coming over in the Moonlight Shadow. They won't see it up on the trees. But if they do, Sentry Ward, if Kuro, no Observer Ward.
Oh, if Mind Control knew this.
It's so close.
Does he see it here?
He saw it. They pinged it. If this thing dies, look at the money. They're waiting for someone to come over. It's going to be the Lina. She'll die quickly, but the courier feels like the bigger one. Weeha's going to find it. He'll fortify up. Weeha, you know he wants to chase this. He'll blink into the trees. He has to re-arm and blink again over the small area. Kill the couriers. One more up through the trees. Keep chasing into the base. No, okay. It's worth a lot, but maybe not that much.
That would have been a really big kill. It has almost 2 full hearts on it. Centaur's heart is, I think, yeah, it's completed when he gets the courier. And the heart for Lifestealer is also completed once he gets to the secret shop, so... Well, and those are the items. You want that item against Tinker. It is the item in a lot of games, just raw health. Tinker has no percentage-based damage, so getting max health is very effective against this hero. And when you look at the rest of Liquid, there's actually nothing that does percentage-based damage compared to, say, the Feast of Lifestealer, which scales very well against tankiness items like that. Ogre mid.
Yeah, they're going to have a bit of a crack over towards S4. Stampede will get him away to safety. Weeha, he knows he can keep up with him, but doesn't want to do it. And the hilarious thing is too, like, GH has now also gone for the Aghanim simply with a blink. He's moved off building Greaves. How much wave clear does Team Liquid really need? They've got it in droves. You lose one, there's another 2 heroes to replace you for it.
Yeah, it's a good point that if one hero dies, somebody else can do the job.
And it's the expendable ones too. You put, like, you see Lina able to always push out side lanes. I think it was actually like AUI was the first one I remember really just cleaning up the waves from inside the tree lines. And this time you get it, long range arrow from GH, unable to connect. Arteezy, Moonlight Shadow once again. Did anyone bring that detection? Not to the front lines at least, but sentry wards are now being placed down by Fly.
They might want to get a gem on the Centaur. He's tanky enough now.
Yeah.
He might need some armor too, though, so maybe, like, I don't think Centaur should buy the gem.
He's buying Shiva's next.
Who do you buy it on? Can the Lina buy it? She wants to go Solar Crest. Oh, top lane. This is dangerous.
Weeha's right in the trees with everybody else from Liquid. Who's jumping forward? It's Crit to show himself. Lifestealer already starting with the open wounds, but GH into the trees already. Miracle hexed up already. The Ravage! Mind control! It hits so huge! Overall 3! It's actually maybe be enough with the boat. They don't take damage quick enough. Now Lifestealer will go down. They get through the heart. Semail! Caught by the Chronosphere. S4 wants to help out, but what can he do? He'll have to jump after you've actually got the Chrono down. Able to do so with the double edge. Miracle! Time walks to battle. He'll repair all the damage done to him. And Mind Control, Last Array instantly broken up by the Kraken Shell. Liquid, not only have they taken these kills, maybe with Fly's TP out, yeah, it's still going to be a kill going the way on the Lifestealer, but that's all.
Could Crit really not
Where is all the kills in?
Could Crit not reach a stun there on the Void when he went for the Laguna Blade? I feel like he was just barely in range, has the cast range talent and the lens. And if he connects his stun first before that Laguna, that is an absolutely easy trade-off for one. But yeah, Liquid get away with it. Big Ravage from Mind Control.
Let's have a look at this again.
So it's really important this Ravage comes out for two reasons. First of all, it sets up for the kill on Arteezy, but secondly, it saves Miracle, who was definitely going to get comboed to death here after getting caught by the Hex that I don't think he knew about from the Kunkka. Nice. Nice!
Wow.
Oh, shit. I can lip read.
Roshan.
Even when they don't move their lips.
Roshan time. And we'll see just how much damage Team Liquid have. Ariva's been delivered over to Miracle, give him some extra life. Kuro's been the bumper, Roshan's already dead. EG will not get there in time, even under the cover of smoke. They just have to back off. The Scythe is now completed on Weeha 2.
That's a really big item.
The big disable to stop those EG cores. The advantage has all gone away, but now S4! Stop into the backlines, remember there's no Ravage available. The arrow flies it straight, soaked up by the rage. They just want to get one kill to begin with. Mind Control might be the easiest one, but they'll start with Kuro. 4-staff down, still into the Sentry Wood. He's going to walk out of range of the detection, and Mind Control can blink. Nothing was there to stop it. And with the March of the Machines, EG have to walk through the army. They only get the Ogre.
Mind Control was piped, so his dagger wasn't getting cancelled by the Radiance of Lifestealer. And he manages to get out with a good 4-step save coming in. It's a good move from EG to try to take this fight because they know Ravage is on cooldown, but they are not satisfied with only getting an Ogre there. They definitely wanted to find a core.
They want to fight again, but Ravage is off cooldown in 5 seconds time. Chrono is available. S4's moving forward. They're just arrowing around looking for the 40-minute bounty runes. You know Tinker can claim the bottom ones. Finally, the gem has been purchased. It was done by Fly. Miracle, time walks away. S4, blink. Horse stomps forward. GH got one quick of a link, but crit. You'll get the follow-up stun. Having the range available. Miracle will TP out the tree lines. Now EG, with a little bit of momentum, can look to take out these top lane towers. Even though Mind Control's being a bit of a nuisance. He's cleaning up the creep wave behind it.
This tier 2 that S4 is pushing right now is not a given right now. That is not a guaranteed tower take if Liquid smoke up in time. They could try to go for it. It looks like they're not interested in doing that. Oh, they don't have a smoke available.
Kuro's coming up to get the vision advantage. Observer Sentry down, they can see a lot. Miracle, 2 players underneath the tower. There's your first Hex going out over on S4. Miracle is looking for the back lines. 3 of them inside the trees! Miracle found them! Arteezy can't really stop it either! Arrow fights forward, Arteezy will be outside the tower for Miracle. He's already got the 2 supports down inside the jungle, and then Mind Control with the Ravage controls up the course. The boat's coming in, but the damage from afar. Maybe they have enough to break the Aegis Immortal. They actually do, but he'll be back to life in just a second. Same with a buyback from Kuro, and here comes Miracle. Body block him up and time locked up Arteezy. They tried to stampede themselves away, but it won't happen. Weeha just keeps moving forward. Arteezy's rage will wear off in a second. The Hex is there over on S4. He infests them up. The Sun's on the side, they can't help. S4 stunned up with a long range arrow from GH. They just keep going, one to the next. Arteezy, he'll have to try and turn and fight. He's 1v5 before. Can he do it again? Samal wants to help him out. Arteezy, is he big? Is he bad? Or is he dead? Miracle wants him around the trees, looking for a time lock with the gush. The armor will go down, open wounds. The torrent creates some space, but nowhere near enough. The buyback's there from S4, but now it's Conquer. We keep the chase going. This began at the Radiant base, and it may end at the Dire. S4 jumps into the backlines. He's able to get at least the pick up over on GH. The Miracle still keeps going ham. S4 heads up Fly, can't get the disruption off, so now he'll go down. He'll get it offensively, but that means he's dead to the world. Miracle jumps in. They're looking for the other. Guys, you forgot something.
Hello?
Fly's going towards the trees. Up you go. He'll fight him. Hex and blow him up with the rockets.
I'm sorry. Everybody just left him. They knew he couldn't get back out. He TP'd in, so they were on the hunt. It just looks funny. Awesome fight from Liquid. That is just the Chrono. That is all on the amazing Chrono from Miracle. Getting them that 3-man Chrono in the start, 2 kills. They keep chasing down with their man advantage. And EG, a little bit too patient maybe with their buybacks. The heroes that are arriving to help the others out always arrive right after the hero they're trying to save has died. And that creates this massive snowball for Liquid where they're just they actually just got bonus kills. That would have been better if EG bought back no heroes. Because they ended up just dying anyway.
They brought back 4 heroes through that chase. Miracle looking for the mid-tier 3 tower, already claiming the melee racks on top. Mind control, he's gone in deeper. The Chrono again, able to catch out Crit, able to get fly. The support, this is the way Liquid begin their fights. They take him out, then jump down, protecting Weeha. He BKBs, he's actually glimmered away. They can't find him, maybe they can. Samel can actually burn him down, but you've got the torrent, a little bit of space being created. RTG and Samel once again have to work together, but Miracle, he is godlike, looking for the quad. If he can jump in forward, and yes he can. Time lock RTZ, they are bashed to oblivion, and GG, Team Liquid. Patience was a virtue heavily displayed in this series, but they win it 43 with 23 on the board for kills.
Just honestly a really nice strategic win from Liquid. Like the understanding that we don't really try to fight in this time span because we need to farm up. We keep skipping waves, we keep pushing out. EG have a really strong stun lineup that wants to fight us non-stop. We're not going to give them the fights they want until we're ready, until Miracle has the items he needs, until Tinker has the items he needs. And we just keep making space and buying time without Tidehunter being annoying. Just, yeah, very well-played game by Liquid. They're definitely coming alive right now in the main event.
Yeah, they really are. They're dangerous in this lower bracket. The smiles are up, they're looking good, the drops are looking great, the execution's looking perfect, and Weeha looks like he's finally perfectly gelled with Liquid, taking them to a 1-0 in this series.
Yeah, what a fantastic start to a best-of-3 series here, elimination match for the International 2019. Now, before we at this, the main panel, get a crack at breaking down this game, I wanted to actually give the chance to our draft panel to reflect on what they thought was going to happen compared to what actually happened. So, Purge, Fog, Bebby, take it away.
The main panel?
They called us the main panel.
I mean, if we have to be on stage as well, we might as well be included in the panel discussions, right? We're always here. Oh, what about the Tinker pick? It worked out pretty well?
Yeah, I mean, the greed ended up working. I think that's what we were all looking at. We see Tidehunter, we see Void, we see...
Tinker?
Tinker, yeah, sorry. Sorry, brain fart for a second. I thought I said it. Tidehunter, Void, Tinker, very greedy cores. They end up actually holding on to their side of the map really well. They defended their mid tower constantly. They took EG's mid tower first. And I feel like EG, they had to be a little bit more aggressive and just get more control of the map. But the greed worked for Liquid.
I mean, it's even hard for them to take team fights, right? Because they've got Tidehunter, they had Faces Void, like, difficult to fight into it, and they also had to deal with the Tinker. It felt like a lot of problems to solve.
Yeah, they were definitely on timer, especially the Livestealer getting picked so early. There was a lot of counters from Liquid side. If they didn't take a huge lead before 20 minutes, then they were in trouble because they were gonna get outscared from the Void Chrono. There's Tinker flying all over the place. There's not good lockdowns. I think there was a fight middle lane at around 10 minutes or so, and they couldn't take down a mid tower due to an amazing arrow flying and hitting the Kunkka. I think that was pretty big.
Yeah, it was a pretty good performance by Sumail and the rest on EG, but ultimately didn't work out in the end. So that's going to be the end of game one.
The end of game one, indeed. Thank you so much, guys. Really like that insight. Oh, Denny, I also want to talk to you a little bit because you said before the game started, I'm going to focus on this mid matchup. And this mid matchup was Tinker versus Kunkka. And I know Tinker won in the end, but it didn't start out looking that way.
Oh yeah, Sumail totally demolished this lane. And I'm not sure if it's supposed to go that way. And there is a lot of credit to Sumail. But Weeha, he stayed calm. He farmed up his items. He knew everything is okay. He defended the towers. The problem with EG, like guys said, there is no tower damage and there is low team fight. So it's really hard. I mean, Nikes can hit towers whatsoever, but when there is Void and Tidehunter who will just go on you, there is marshal machines with going. So it's super hard for them to push towers, and when the game go late, Tinker and Void are just gonna crash everything. So even though Sumail had such a perfect slide, by the way, I want to point out that EG probably one of the strongest team on laning phase out here. They have the best stats at minute 10 net worth wise, and they showing it again and again and again. Yeah. And even here, they won the lanes pretty much, but they just couldn't use that lead with their heroes. The heroes didn't allow them to.
Because you have this Kunkka who, his role after that is basically, I want to go across the map and set up pickoffs, right? For my team, we want to start killing these guys off and trying to pressure objectives after that. Weeha, he knows his role in the Tinker is, I'm just going to delay this game. I'm going to keep things going. And even if the laning stage didn't go that well for him, he knew his role and he did execute that. And Tinker's just one of those heroes that you get to this point where if there's not these, kind of niche, I guess, counterpicks, like if you don't have the Nyx Assassin, the Storm Spirit, maybe the Clockwork, something like that, it is so hard to catch that slippery guy. I mean, we've had patches where there are just months of I hate Tinker.
And the thing is, even you have 2 counter initiation by Void and Tide.
You went through. Listen, the side attraction was nice, but this is where the main analysis comes in, and I think it's all good. But here's the real crux of the problem. Evil geniuses, they come. It's about hitting creeps. It's not about hitting heroes. It's not about taking fights. It's about hitting creeps. So all you have to do to beat evil geniuses is just outgreed them. Done. As soon as I see Liquid have outgreeded evil geniuses, done and dusted, it's over. Because EG, they come from a region that doesn't know how to fight, doesn't know how to be aggressive, just wants to farm.
They knew how to fight last year, though. We saw them do it. They came 3rd at the International 2018, and I know this year's been rough. And I think Disney Major as well as Macau, they faced each other, and Liquid was victorious on both sides.
Yeah, but Shiva, you're forgetting they've got more North Americans now. You saw the recent piece. I mean, he's been converted. S4 is looking good. Guns up, crit. He's got that shoulder check. The guy is just he's a Canadian through and through.
That was only last year.
No, but now they've evolved further.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you.
He's got the blonde mullet going.
Yeah, I mean, he looks good. That's what I'll say. Party in the back, business in the front. Oh, it's good. They were missing the Canadian tuxedo, though, the all denim. He could move up next time.
Seriously though, that is why the laning phase has always been so important for EG is because classically they have been a little bit more farm heavy, and so we saw the start of that. Unfortunately, wasn't good enough.
Well, we're gonna soon see the start of the next game, but we're gonna take a little break. It is time for something different. It's time for something special for you.
Don't let this pretty scene fool you. This world is a dangerous place. When you get to be my age, you'll see friends come and go. It's important to take care of the ones still kicking. In the heat of battle, you'd be surprised how far a little kindness might go. But not everyone deserves kindness. Hello, Auntie. This all you brought? Yes. I didn't offer to share.
It's a support hero. I'm gonna try to play it as support, feed people cookies, blow people up, and it has a mount that blows fireballs.
Sorry, Shiver, it's a solo mid hero.
No, you guys are both wrong. It is clearly an offlaner. It's matched up against Timbersaw. It's an offlaner, obviously.
Well, no, if you're matched up against Timbersaw, Timbersaw's on the off lane, so you're on the safe lane, so you're supporting.
Shiva, we got this. I know. Don't worry. This is a support hero, 100%.
Casey and Slacks, I know you're out there, and I know you're excited
first of all,
Cookies, explosions.
Oh my gosh. First of all, as a lover of Timbersaw, I'm incredibly excited. Second of all, I know that for a lot of people watching the US stream, you can't get as much of the arena excitement, but the whole crowd went absolutely nuts when they saw that.
Who wouldn't go nuts for that, dude? The Lord? She was giving out cookies. Grandma giving out cookies and killing people sounds like my grandma.
Sounds like you. It just sounds like you.
No, I'm not an old keen woman. There's a lot of lore in there, guys. I'm excited. This crowd was going absolutely wild. I cannot wait to play Lizard Woman.
Can I just say to the panel, he is sick and losing his voice, and he still insists on talking at full Slacks volume, even though we keep telling him to just take it down.
There's a new hero, Casey. It's a lizard grandma. It's amazing. Screw the voice. Back to you.
Oh, hey, there we are. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Believe me, Casey, you probably haven't had as much experience with Slacks as us, but for years we've been trying to tell him to stop being so Slacks.
Inside voice. But he doesn't have one of those.
Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you, Casey and Slacks. I love the reaction. I can't wait. Fall is very soon.
Dude, that was adorable, beauty.
Careful promises there, Shiva.
I mean, that's just a couple months away.
This looks pretty soon.
This does look pretty sick. I wonder if they were just backstage. You know, you see that announcement. Are you going to keep your head cool in the game and focus on the next game? Are you already prepping strats for Snapfire?
I hope not. I think by focusing on the game sounds like a good idea. Oh, those detectives, the lore detectives, you know, they were looking through those response lines. I know a lot of stuff about food in here, guys.
Yeah, they were already a lot of...
That was not an audio. I just want to be clear, that was not a sound bite.
That was...
I'll leave it a mystery as to who did it.
There were already a lot of lines discovered. It's like, why is Willow talking about food that you should have eaten? And then it's like, you know, food hero? But I'm confused, though, because she threw a cookie.
It buffed
I know,
up the
we're going to talk
Invoker.
about the match soon. Threw a cookie, buffed the Invoker. Are you okay?
And her big dragon.
Just ignore that at the bottom. This is a Snapfire.
TI9.
We'll be there in a second. She threw a cookie, buffed Invoker.
Yeah.
Right.
She rockets someone. That's maybe appropriately just her auto attack.
Yeah.
Her lizard mount, dragon mount, looked a lot like what was his name? How to Train Your Dragon, Black Dragon?
Yeah.
He was very smiley. I love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, he threw a fireball, but it was close
jumped
range.
at
And
the
jumped.
same time.
But it
Yes.
was close
So it was
range,
gap.
so you're jumping over something.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
And then the ultimate.
Pure love, pure love.
Oh, I didn't know you were a voice
ultimate
actor.
is when she mounts the guns and she just was firing nonstop.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I'd have to
yeah,
say so.
But it looked like she also had a way of chasing people. Like
Maybe
some
she-
movement thing.
Could be.
I don't know.
Maybe.
All right, let's talk
She
about
got on her
the-
horse and ride.
It's not a horse, it's a dragon.
Yeah, sorry.
Wait until the
Very clear.
cosmetics. I'm sure she's going to get a horse at some point.
Very true.
All right.
Okay, fine.
Evil Geniuses, Team Liquid. Winner moves on to be in the decider match on 3rd, 4th. Meaning, if AG lose this game, they are top 6. That will be their end result. That's not where they want to be. They also don't want to be in the next match. They want to be in that grand finals and they want to win. How are they going to achieve that? What needs to be changed? Because Cap, you already said, you know, you got to stop farming, start fighting, you know?
Well, obviously, my solution for EG would be to pick 5 carries and be greedy. But I'll leave Dendi the real analysis of what
Well,
they should do.
we see both teams being adapting to TI meta more and more through playoff. We see more heroes showing up again and again, like Shadow Demon, Elder Titan, Ogre, Mirana, and now we see this Void coming up.
Every single game.
Every single game in playoff, and he's super strong. So what I can advise for EG is just get yourself a Void.
It
Get yourself
feels,
a Void.
yeah, it feels like it comes upon you all of a sudden, right? Because I feel like for the past 2 or 3 days we've been saying, oh, every team's so different and they're bringing different stuff. But as those teams get put by the wayside, we're starting to bring some things together. And I see some common factors here, like this double bubble, this idea of having like 2 giant teamfight ultimates in this case, like even 3 sometimes, right? So winning
Cinderin
those
was
team
ahead
fights.
of the curve. That's what
Cinderin,
you're
he
saying.
knew. Yeah. Well, I mean, who else started it here was Secret, right? Secret, Yapsor connected to Cinderin. It all comes together.
Speaking of Secret, we actually saw that similar playstyle that Liquid just showed, which is being able to have like a combination of like very superior team fight, be greedier than the enemy team, ensure that you have late game, and force the enemy team
to come into you. And I think that's always going to be a stronger strategy at TI when the pressure really mounts, and I feel like it's harder to play that perfect, aggressive game, you know? Perfectly control the map, don't leave any openings, push high ground well, don't actually feed away your advantage. Like, the TI just, all the stakes are so high.
It's
that
hard to go
like
for that like blind blink, right? It's like that idea of just like, we know they're up there, you scan, it's red, and then you're like, all right, buddy, Sand King, you're up, dude, get up, that you blink, that instant reaction, like going 3-hero stun. Like, you don't want to do that up on the TI stage, that's terrifying, but sometimes when you're more relaxed, those are the plays that win those games.
I wanna really, for a second, talk about the history between these players, because it is very rare that we have 10 players on the stage that have such an intricate, that's a word somewhere, history with each other. In the old days, it was Weehaw playing together with Fly. Might not be known to many people. They played on a team called Meepone. It's funny.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah.
And we had, of course, you know, you got Liquid and OG history, and you got EG and OG history. They're both there. You got GH replacing Bulba at the original Liquid squad. You got Bulba playing for Team Liquid for 2 TIs in a row, actually doing the famous Liquid is doing it. That was Bulba playing on Liquid. You got Bulba playing together with the people when he was on Secret. There are so many people that have been on Secret in this matchup. There's so much history. Like, does that matter? Is that in their heads anywhere?
Well, it means they know each other really well, right?
Yes. That is
like
true.
as players, like their tendencies and just being able to know those sorts of things and what individuals want to be able to go for, I think that does mean a lot.
But Cap, isn't it more important to know yourself? I think that's what they have to do here.
We
Play your
know
own
each
game.
other, and we want to beat each other asses.
Boom. Setter.
Well, they're gonna get a chance. Well, at least one more chance in the case of EG for now. Let's find out what's gonna happen here in game number 2. Evil Geniuses and Team Liquid.
Evil Geniuses versus Team Liquid. Game 2.
Second match here in this best of 3 is going to be massive, and the draft has already started, so let's hop into it and see what the new picks are going to be. Are going to see some adjustments maybe the Faces Void coming through. What do you guys think?
More prioritization of team fight, I think, is probably the biggest thing, and also late game assurance. I think that's one thing I did see EG doing in a lot of their games, right? When they saw them pick up the PA the other day, which was just like a big shocker, and then they just had that late game that they were able to take versus Secret over and over again in the fight. I think that's probably what we're going to see adapted here.
Yeah, we saw like this similar pattern happening yesterday against OG. EG, yes, they do win lanes, but I think they have to think about the after too. I think they need to find the right balance of both.
I actually kind of liked Cap's point, even though it was kind of memey. He's just like, if you're out greeting EG, they're probably in a bit of a tough spot. It's actually felt, you know, pretty impactful, because it's very true. We've seen the way Liquid's been playing and getting back to their state when they actually won TI, where they're doing a lot of split pushing, a lot of making space, waiting for that late game so they can just get that super farmed carry coming out.
It does seem like when Liquid plays the stronger Dota is that split push and just like go late game. Whether that's Miracle Anti-Mage, Miracle Arc Warden, Weeha's like late game heroes, you know?
Oh.
First phase ban on the Void.
Look at that. So Tiny makes it through, Shadow Demon makes it through, Elder Titan makes it through.
ET is going to be very hot for these both teams.
Yeah.
Is it the first pick?
I think it is, because it just provides you so much. It provides you that team fight, it provides you good lane presence as well. And it's just an amplifier.
Yeah, Liquid loves SD, so I think they're discussing about it.
If you pick ET here, your opponents get SD and Mirana. Is that too good as a pairing to let through?
I think ET is okay against SD, so I think they can let that one go. They can pick SD, but they cannot pick. They can pick ET, but they cannot pick SD because ET is really good against it. And they do it.
I really like the ET. I think it opens up your draft to having, like we were mentioning, we're a little worried for Liquid. They need a big damage source, and they were able to get that Tinker. ET always solves everything. You look at an ET draft, and you're like, yeah, they're okay on damage. pretty much every single time, because he just makes every hero just feel that much better. And he always has such good team fight control throughout every stage. And like I said, yeah, strong lanes.
I mean,
he's always really strong.
He's basically increasing your magic damage by like 33% or something like that.
Yep.
With a resistance amplification. Oh, Tiny, the other hero. We forgot about Band in first phase last game, I believe.
Yeah, I think the three we said, right, was Tiny, SD, and Elder Titan, the three big ones that we had seen. I think the Rana still left, but let's see. I think they're still probably going to look at that.
I still do believe like Tiny, he needs like AoE control, something like Void. We saw Tiny Void opening a lot from Team Secret, and I think like it's the new Phoenix, it's the new combo for the Void. So he needs to find the right combo.
Well, SD, the remaining support, it's really, really good. I think this opening is fine though. Yeah, they're gonna lack some AoE to disable, like you were just talking about. But I think SD covers saves against ET combos, for example. Amplifies their damage, lots of good things.
Yeah, that's for sure. So with this ET pairing, so I think they're probably debating if they want to open up early on with the gyro. It's a little bit weird, but I think it's just such a strong hero that pairs really well with it.
For me, I kind of don't like the SD pick. Like I know SD was like a hot hero for this tournament, but it's not that good against ET. So I actually don't know.
I mean, it's not incredible against ET, but I mean, obviously there's more heroes coming, and at some point there's going to be some chain stun stuff, and having disruption against that just makes the game so much easier, especially when it's unlocked at the start of the game.
Yeah, at least it provides a save. But yeah, I agree with Febby. It's actually just ET feels good versus SD because you're easily able to set up for your stomps, and just overall like the team aspect of the game. This hero just provides so much as an Elder Titan. Liquid's taking a lot of time here for this one.
Mirana's an obvious gimme here that could be picked. If you get a stomp, you throw the arrow. Obviously, SD can counter it. They go for the Alchemist instead. Out-greeting EG, is that what's the narrative of the series?
It just might be, right? That is really strong pick. So now they're going to just try to protect this Alchemist.
But Sumeru looks so impressive whenever he faces an Alchemist mid,
So they might just put in the safe lane then, right? And just put that on Miracle and pick Weehaw, a matchup that he can actually be okay versus Sumail.
Yeah.
So it's going to be up to them to right away. You're going to have to see a lot of pressure coming out from EG. At least they do have heroes that are good with that, right? Like SD, he can be good versus Alchemists.
Yeah. Liquid must be thinking about that too, because Sumeru is amazing at punishing these greedy mid heroes with his aggressive heroes.
I think that's why we see like the Batrider ban, right? I think that's like the teller for me that it's like, all right, ban out the heroes that just can dive and kill this Alchemist constantly inside of the laning phase. I think Batrider is one of the big ones.
Yeah, another it's an S4 hero too. So.
Yeah. We'll take out that Mirana themselves on EG.
I feel like something we saw a lot in the laning stage was Alchemist would basically guarantee his Radiance at a good timing, and then you get in the late game and grab all these like damage talents, and then you become just like a solo gank hero. That was a little bit too scary. Are we expecting to see something kind of similar here, or do you think it'll just be like kind of like boring AFK Alchemist?
I think the build's not really changed too much. It's like Radiance, Blink, BKB, AC, and then they just go for this timing around 25 minutes and just run at you. Maybe even the Blink gets replaced, but I really like the Blink. It's just a really good follow-up for any type of stuns you have. And that's the build that you're talking about, right? That you just become a super hard right clicker and you just start pretty much eating anybody alive if you do get on them.
AA gets spammed.
Makes sense.
The countered Alchemist prevents his regen during the ults.
Yeah.
Playing aggressive and getting solo kills as Alchemist is always going to be good, but knowing EG, like this team always puts their #1 priority on lane. So this Alchemist is going to be quite behind, and I feel like he's just gonna play catch up. They're gonna be behind until like 20-25 minutes, and then I feel like that's the name of the game. That's always been the name of the game for Liquid. I feel just hold until one of them is online, Weehaw or Miracle.
What kind of heroes would you pick to counter Alchemist lane, like you said?
Timber. That was actually the main one. They picked it before I could say it, but yeah, Timber has been. I think we've seen a couple teams actually try it versus the Alchemist. I think it keeps them a little bit flexible because that can still be Sumail. They can also put that in the top lane.
Yeah. So there's like Timbers, Embers, heroes that just bullies him out of the lane and can kind of chase him too.
For this one, like Timbersaw for me is one that he actually goes like even into the later stages of the game that he's really strong versus Alchemist. If he keeps up, as long as he doesn't start falling behind and just getting caught up by something like these Spirit Vessels or just dying a couple times in a row, if he keeps up in farm, he's able to just kill this Alchemist extremely easily with that stat reduction.
But that's when like the ET pick kicks in, I think. Yeah. If the Liquid picks a lot of like good magical damage in their last two heroes because Rubik doesn't provide damage, this Gyro can be in trouble because of this ET. And I don't know, like Timber is good against Archimist, but I haven't seen the latest matchup where Archimist goes like that build where he doesn't fall off with the 40% cleave, the right click build instead of the Octarian Shiva magical build.
I'm trying to remember back to the game. I'm pretty sure it was Mineski that had played it. I think, or was it Mineski? No, I think it was Fnatic. No, it was Fnatic. I think Ice 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 was playing it. I can't remember the exact game anymore, but it was during the group stages. I don't believe they won the game, but I do remember it happening. And they had a good early game, but it got to a point where, like you said, the Alchemist just started killing him.
Well, here's a perfect support to pressure the Alchemist. The Earth Spirit can easily gank mid, can move around jungle, and initiate easily. Could be a great setup for Timbersaw follow-ups. So Ember response pick from Liquid. So a little bit of mobility on their side. He's going to not get locked down very much this game, it looks like.
Yeah, very good magical damage coming with ET too. Now Timber looks like he's killable.
Yep.
As the Earth Spirit is going to have a very hard game too because of this Ember.
ET Ember has always just been one of those classics as well. It's like Gyro ET, I think like the Void ET and the Ember ET are the biggest three for me because you're just a mixed component. You have that physical and you have that magical throughout the entire stage of the game, and they both can just easily throw their spells into the backlines and, like you said, take out those supports.
So do you think they're going to put Ember Spirit mid now? Throw Alchemist in the safe lane? Or, I mean, they're going to try to lane dodge, right?
Dodging, I think.
Keep the Alch away from the Timber, right?
Yeah. It's really important to have eyes on this roaming Earth Spirit, I think. GH has to do a very good job of chasing him around, or like have wards down to see the Earth Spirit roaming around.
You talked about how EG like prioritizes so much in the lanes, and I think the one thing that they're covering their bases is they have Tiny and this Timbersaw versus the Alchemist. Both of them can actually put a lot of pressure and bully wherever the Alchemist is. And oh my God, is that a first pick Darkseer?
He got picked?
The Darkseer.
All right,
Spectre looks really good for EG. Anti-Mage, Spectre. Anti-Mage looks really good too against Darkseer Ember.
Yeah, Anti-Mage looks like it could be good. They do have some catch, of course. They have the chains as well as the Rubik, but
right now EG needs like a real game winner. Like the rest 4 of these heroes, they're gonna be very strong early mid, but they're eventually gonna fall off, I feel.
They need that late game insurance, right?
Yeah.
Like we were talking about last time. Like they need to have that thing that they will be able to take it if it does. If they
Ayo RTZ, EM please, ultimate please RTZ please. Show your skill RTZ. You can do it RTZ. Yes!
I think he's also just the protective hero. He's going to protect defensive items for the Alchemist to protect him versus the high magic damage that I see from EG.
It buffs Ember so much too, especially with ET. There's a lot of
Anti-mech
magical
please.
damage, and I think Mind Control is the best Darkseer out there too.
+1 to that.
Oh, this EG's last pick is going to decide the game. The pressure is on them too, so I feel like, yeah.
AM and Spectre are the top 2 that we see at the moment, right?
Yeah, what other heroes can RTZ provide?
Very passionate EG fan.
Lifestealer.
Okay.
Well, what do you think about that?
It's
you guys were disappointed last game about it?
I've seen it have some success versus the Alchemist though, if you do have that good timing. I don't know if he's going to go Radiance. I think maybe you try to go faster. You try to set the pace and you go for the Armlet, the Deso, and you just try to keep running at them with your lineup. Could be a possibility for them, but
Yeah, could work effectively against the Alchemist, against the Ember Spirit. They can be physically weak.
I can see it working with Crit Earth Spirit. The lockdown is a problem, but if Crit locks them down, I think Lifestealer can do its job.
Lane advantages? Do you think they're going to be able to dodge the lane?
I think definitely EG has
the lane advantage.
Yeah, EG is going to be leading early game. I think it's like a repeat from game 1. Liquid just wants to stall the game with Archimist and out-greed them, and EG has to punish that greed.
Agreed. Well, EG getting ready for the match to begin in just a second here. Rubik effectiveness this game. He seemed a little bit out of place to me. JH grabbing him there. It didn't seem like there's that many good spells to steal.
Yeah, it's a bit odd lane too with the Darkseer. Darkseer Rubik.
It's really good with stealing Timbersaw spells though. Timbersaws are one of the best actually to get in the game.
Because you're maximizing your spell amplifying the damage, right?
Yes.
And it does pure, so it's just instantly a good advantage, right?
Yeah.
With ET's aura, it's going to do a lot of damage too.
We'll see if that'll be effective. But right before we get into the match, we're going to throw it over to an interview with Casey.
All right, Roman, obviously whatever you did the first game worked very well for you. How are you feeling about your draft as far as how it went for game 2?
In game 2, we ended up going the Alchemist route, which is something we haven't really played much this tournament. But I'm curious how it will work out, honestly.
We all are. Thank you so much. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, back to you.
The coach says he's curious about it. I'm wondering if that was Akuro saying, you know what, I think we're good with this. I think we're good with this draft, we're good with the Alchemist, and we're good with the Darkseer for mind control. First time this tournament's picked got banned once, but now we'll see if it can be played. And a huge game to try and take a gamble on this, well, unplayed hero.
I love the answer from Armin there. It's like there's multiple ways of interpreting that. Either he's not confident at all, or it's going to be really interesting because it'll be great.
My team's gone rogue.
Kind of funny. Like you combine that with the Darkseer first pick of the whole tournament. That a lot of players, I've heard multiple players actually say that they think this is the worst hero in Dota right now, which is a really big statement to make. So. Yeah, let's see if the worst hero in Dota can get them a top 4 in this game.
I know we were having the debate down in the green room yesterday, where I think it was Blitz basically put up, so why is this hero terrible? It's like, well, you can't stop the safe laner from CSing. Your Iron Shell level 1 is even worse, and we've also got a level 1 Bounty Rune fight going out on S4. Kuro does so much damage after he got the spirit over 3 different heroes. Fly, he won't live through this. There's too much damage from Kuro. One more will do it. Up the hill it goes. Spirit and attack, nothing will miss.
And they got 3 Bounty Runes too with Greedwolf's Greed skill. That's a really good start for Liquid.
Actually having an Alchemist, not even holding the point. He understands maybe they could be aggro trialing me, but S4, he's trying to block the wave out. He didn't go reactive armor. He went level 1 Timber Chain on this Timbersaw. And Kuro and GH, it feels like this time around they can actually ensure a good safe lane. This time, though, it's not Miracle. He's in mid lane against Zemail. Weeha's playing that safe lane Alchemist.
Yeah, Liquid have started spicing things up a little bit more with their lanes. Earlier on in the tournament, they were more or less exclusively playing Weeha in the mid lane, exclusively playing Miracle on this Alchemist if it was a safe lane hero being the game winner. But now they've built this confidence that they can do other things. We saw the same in the Art Warden game earlier today where Miracle played mid. He is currently taking a pretty serious beating, though, but we'll be fine.
Zemail grabbed him and tossed him back to the range creep when Miracle didn't have Flame Guard up and running. That's why that's going down. This feels like he's just playing into Kuro's hands. He's going to pick up Boots right now. And now, high movement speed ET against an aggressive tri-lane with plus 43 damage. The Timber Chain forward, S4 getting the body block on GH with the slow kick as well from Crit. GH is dropping low, but Stick Shot's giving him his life back. He does have 2 Shadow Word stacks on him, but he'll be okay through this. S4 has already fallen, and Kuro trapped in the tree lines. Revenge, it will be Flies.
He bought all his, he spent all his gold before he died, though. So he's going to come back straight to lane with probably something dropped from the Alchemist. It looks like to be a Quelling Blade and a Mango and a Flask. He's going to TP down here. Even has a Bracer for Weeha. That's a very early Bracer in the safe lane, 2 minutes in. We're keeping much safer and healthier in the lane. And yeah, great start for them. And
how to make a Darkseer work. Have an aggressive tri-lane where you don't actually attack mind control either.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? Like you said, you can play this lifestyle.
Oh, he's in trouble again, Timber. Underneath the acid spray, he's able to chain himself out. But Kuro plus 32 damage this time around. Only 2 heroes, because ES is going to find himself a double damage and not really do anything with it, in fact, because he's underneath a Radiant Observer Ward. So Miracle will definitely know if they try and gank mid.
You really don't want to tri-lane a Timbersaw. This hero needs levels. It's what makes the hero. It's getting up to that high-level reactive armor fast, it's getting level 6 fast, so you have kill potential, and therefore they can't tri-lane down here. The Shadow Demon's going to walk across the entire map in Liquid Vision, because that's the price they have to pay. They absolutely need this to be a better matchup for Timber. Getting his level 3 will help him out a lot, though. That's when Kuro's efficiency is going to start dropping.
It's just like the supports just don't know exactly where they want to be, apart from bottom lane. Kuro will definitely hang around here as long as he possibly can. Zemail and Miracle going hammer and tongs once again. They at least have bottle regen charges over on Zemail, so he'll get a lot of his life back. And Fly has arrived on top lane, so a little harassment against the Darkseer, but he's already got the 2nd level up in the Iron Shell. So he's got presence in the lane, but Arteezy can tank through it.
No,
the advantage of 2 points in Feast.
Easily place this lane. You just farm the creeps. If there's a creep with Iron Shell, you can choose to hit it if you want. You can also wait until the creep wave gets into tower, and then you can farm it there.
He actually wants to attack mind control. SD's moving over. They're checking the tree lines, but Mind Control definitely ran north, and now he's running west. Then he'll surge himself away to safety. So a lot of wasted time. Crit has done the long walk of shame all the way back to base. You know, at least get himself the bracer of S4 and 2 Observer Wards to plant down. So he'll have to head back to the bottom lane. That's Miracle hoping for the rune on bottom, but it's not nice for him. There's a regeneration rune up on top. But it looks like Mind Control will be able to go in there and snipe it. He's actually gone jungle, grabs the regen rune because Fly was trying to leave it for Sumail. Things going well for the DS.
Yeah, his start is fine. This is something that Darkseer does pretty... Like, you can look at it from two sides, right? Yes, the carry of Lifestealer can lane against Darkseer, but at the same time, Darkseer's getting levels and farm in this lane. He's tied with Arteezy for now, which is... it's good enough.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Darkseer's biggest weakness overall is when he gets off to a bad start in lane, because your recovery is so hard to get, but already being level 5, there's plenty of options on the map now. He can go on Ion Shell Miracle, maybe find kills, he can start cutting waves, he can go jungle and stack and farm that, or he can be super annoying and try to get a rune, but that is not going to be happening. However, if he gets disrupted here, Miracle's ready to help.
Yep, he's going to take the rune first, then he'll look for the kill. Fly thought maybe Mind Control was going to be alone. Kuro has died in the meantime down on bottom lane. But Fly burning under Miracle's Flame Guard, and he has that level 3 Iron Shell. Arteezy wants to finish the job. Mind Control, he actually hasn't popped the sack. He buys back to try and do it, but it's already happened with the Shrine regeneration. So Mind Control is able to survive.
Not sure why Fly didn't pop the stacks earlier before he died. He had quite a good time to do it, but ends up buying back to try to get the kill, but it's too late. That's some extra salt in the wound there. How many bounty runes did Liquid get? They got, wait, how many? They got all 4? Seriously? They got all 4?
Kuro,
they
Miracle,
with L?
Miracle bottled and then consumed. Yeah, it's yeah, all 4. Good day at the office. Avalanche, toss combo from Sumail. Here comes your rolling boulder. Crit actually going underneath Miracle. GH was nearby. Sumail feels like he's just forced away from the lane, and rightly so.
Crit missed the timing on that. He rolled into the slide. So Miracle dodged it out. And that makes the kill not possible. You gotta be feeling the pressure as EG. You know this Alchemist is free farming. And S4 is doing what he can, but...
It's like they're trying to stop the Alchemist as well from moving off the lane. Timper's definitely going to get up in Weeha's face. There's no doubt about that. Rolling boulder. In fact, they're going to try and get up a little bit harder. Sumail, Healy arrived with the Avalanche toss combination. Kuro, low on life as well. Sumail, he's got tree in hand. And as Tiny will run under the tower, the tree toss able to connect Crit. He's got rolling boulder in a second, but it won't matter. Whirling Death level 1 will kill off Kuro. But you look at the wards from EG, they needed to add this pressure because now they've got 3 Observer wards spreading across the jungle, and they see where Alchemist TPs. They're watching Weeha's movements.
This reminds me of a game, well, of a couple of games actually. It reminds me of Topson's Tiny against EG yesterday when Arteezy was playing terribly, but it also reminds me of, I think it was maybe either TI7 or TI8 from LGD, who was playing Tiny against Alchemist mid, and he just kept running at somebody in the jungle. Or was it Sumail Tiny as well that game? It was definitely a Tiny versus Alk, where the Tiny was just non-stop hunting. I actually think it was Sumail. And there we go. They're going to get in on the Alchemist.
He does not have that chemical rage. Mind Control, however, will arrive, surge him away, and Tiny, he actually gets stomped up because the Alchemist illusion stayed on top of the Centaur. We'll buy space for Mind Control to then get a rebuttal into Flying. We actually had Mind Control's face up on the screen just before here in the arena, and actually going again. Kuro's got spirits. Crit Nessa will back off. But while that happens, underneath the shrine, when he was able to survive, Mind Control was actually just giggling and laughing his ass off. So he knew what he got away with.
Sumail putting some pressure onto Miracle again in mid. But yeah, good start for Liquid. They should be pretty happy with the state of the game. Keeping the Alchemist alive there. He's going to farm a double stack in the jungle. Doesn't look like EG are in any position to contest this right now. That will give him his level 6 and make the future kills so much harder. Spore is starting to rotate over, but there's the level 6. He immediately gives up. He's also scouted out by Kuro.
I don't know if Crit really wants to have a crack at this. Well, he'll slow him down at least, buy some time for Chakram, rolling boulder, and that's the stun to keep Kuro inside the Chakram to then die to Whirling Death. Well, I thought there'd be more support from Liquid, but GH does not want to leave the tier 1 tower, and, well, Weeha's farming. Meanwhile, Mind Control, second highest net worth on the field.
Yeah, he's having a great game. He's an exceptionally good Darkseer player. Even if the hero is not particularly good, if it's good enough in the game, he's going to showcase what it can do in the ideal conditions. And his conditions are pretty good this game. The biggest problem I see for Darkseer is actually Demonic Purge. Prevents you from casting Surge on the target for the full 7 seconds. It just gets instant dispelled. And that's a good way of killing off the Darkseer in the later portions of the game. But for now, he got his farm off. They got the lane stabilized. They have taken barely any tower damage. And as the panel talked about, it seems like Liquid are trying to outgreed. Oh, GH is in trouble. He's gonna die here.
Yeah, underneath the tier 1 tower, S4 and Crit working together. They got good reach. And all they need is that initial slow. Good surge time away from Mind Control as well. Just avoiding Fly. Fly feels like he's in no man's land. 827 is his net worth, 9.5 minutes in. Even having boots is difficult, and Mind Control's wondering, like, should I just come back over here?
They need to get bounties, EG.
Miracle's gonna kill him.
Too many runes again.
Flies too far forward. Spirit jump in. You got support from Arteezy, but I think he realizes he can't really help off. All they can do is buy a little bit of time for Samel to grab the rune, but just surged over Miracle. He wants to stand there, and who's going to get it? Actually, well, it was still Miracle who bolted up the bounty rune. Samel trying to toss him up, but the Spirits commit up from Miracle. He doesn't want to back off. Samel have no breathing room. Fly will arrive, but it's already done. Samel is dead. Mind Control, Kuro, GH, almost everybody is here apart from the Alchemist. And he doesn't need to be. Arteezy picked up, Rages available. He wants to infest into the Centaur. Able to do so. Pops back out again. Mind Control, they'll make a copy of him. That won't really help. Arteezy Rage TP's out to safety.
Oh, Fly's in trouble again. They know where he is.
Oh, this will be yet another death. That is 5 in total for the SD. 7 of the kills of Liquid are his.
That was a rare mistake from Samel. He's been playing a really good event in my opinion, but flat out just mistimed the combo on the bounty rune. He uses Avalanche and Toss, and Miracle still gets the rune. And then with both spells on cooldown, Miracle just runs him down. Like, what's going to stop him? They get the bounty rune, they get the kill, they get a bonus kill on the Shadow Demon who was trying to help. And in the meantime, well, Weeha was never involved, so tons of gold going to have the Alchemist, probably looking at a 13-minute Radiance at this pace. Maybe even 12 as he's farming up 2 stacks very soon.
Oh, look at Miracle arrive once again. Surged, Iron Shelled. This Darkseer is just an enabler for the Ember Spirit, who could just jump back towards the top lane if someone wants to come and defend, which is Arteezy. Koro's still here. GH is going to leave. He has to defend the bottom lane. S4 is having a free lane down here. Getting some really good farm and momentum into this Timbersaw. In the mid lane, Miracle. Heavily stunned up. Sumel's Avalanche held him there. Remember, he's still got that defensive spirit to jump out to all the way up towards the top lane. And back towards Mind Control, who can enable him again.
Mid tower, EG are trying to put on some pressure, but the defense immediately comes in from MC.
There's 4 heroes here, though. They'll have to bring the Alchemist over too. But he's using the Acid Spray to just stack and farm.
They don't push that fast when the wave gets pulled away by Mind Control, just Ion Shelling one of the Dire Creeps to draw the aggro. It takes them so damn long to do this. And now GH is coming in. They might not even get the tower.
TP forward. That's going to be Kuro on the front lines. They just need a grab from GH. It's a level 1 telekinesis. Can't get close enough, but he feels confident. But he's got the level 3 Rage stolen in GH at the moment.
We has Radiance in 200 gold.
So if you're EG right now, do you still continue to avoid the fight? We talked about like Radiance builds for Livestream, how you don't want to fight until that's up and running. But he's got a Hand of Midas flying on the Courier, and he's still running for his life from Miracle. And he can't outrun him. I think he actually knows this now as Mind Control's arrived. So he'll Iron Shell, surge him up, and Arteezy, the burn's just so hard, he has to Rage TP out.
He's gonna get the Midas. I think you have to go combat build. I don't think the Radiance build is gonna work this game. You're under way too much pressure, time-wise.
EG's having a nap under the tier 1. GH is waiting for the denial. Extra TP's coming in. S4 does get the last hit. GH still in trouble. Raging up, moving away. The avalanche and the splitter. EG's trying to move away. Fly! Snap back in again. He'll go down. GH trying to hide the tree lines. The Spirit jumping forward from Miracle. He's found Samel on the backs. And then with the toss, at least Samel has some distance. Weeha's chasing him with the Spirit. He's sandwiched in between Wee as well as Miracle. Finally, Samel will fall. And maybe with the Timber Chain away, S4 can survive. Weeha's low and live. Arteezy, he wanted the kill. The rolling boulder. Kuro, he tanks it for the team and then runs to the other side. Come and chase me. The rest of my team will survive even if I die. And then Ember wants to go in again.
Small details going right there for Liquid. Beautiful fight by them. The vacuum to buy that little bit of extra time. The Kuro blocking the rolling boulder. And they keep Weeha alive when he arguably maybe overextended there a little bit, got a bit too confident. Has to still be careful against the lifesteal and Timber. They have a lot of damage against him, but they played it on the edge and they made it work.
Keeps EG in a rough spot. Without the Alchemist dying, the farm continues. He's 9.5k, 14 minutes in.
Look at that win probability.
It's looking pretty good, 86%.
It's looking insanely good. And you saw why Darkseer is good with Ember that fight. That was a great showcase of what these heroes can do together. Miracle just running all over the place, throwing super fast remnants while being surged, having that Ion Shell damage. He needs to get Demonic Purged every fight, I think. They have to slow him down when he goes in, get the surge off, get the Ion Shell off, and buy some space in the fight. Lots of circles being drawn by Crid. We need to invade and get down here. Can't just let them farm.
Or else they'll just be completely unstoppable, Liquid.
But it's easier said than done.
He's still going to fight into Radiance. He's still going to fight into an Alchemist. He's rapidly approaching BKB.
Bounty runes, mind control's invisible. He will be too late for that one.
Nice jump up from S4, but GH using his own shot from back against S4. That's why we're seeing the doubles. And Miracle, well, you can try and Demonic Purge all you want, but Miracle is hunting. Can't see, thanks to the fact that it is nighttime. As, well, S4, not exactly where he wants to be. Mind control, starts with, well, actually a Surge and Iron Shell. Timber Chain, it got interrupted. The stomp from Kuro, but there's no real follow-up. They realize they don't really have enough damage to get through that Timbersaw with 4 points up in reactive armor.
EG got 4 bounty runes at least, so something going their way in that instance. Or did I say 4? I meant 3. The 4th one is still available though. It's sitting up top. Nobody wanted to claim it.
Earning interest.
And now there's an aggressive move bottom. They want to get the mind control Darkseer. It's a pretty big kill, and that's going to connect.
Great start from Crid. GH can't really do anything about this. Quick toss up, and down you'll come. Back because you got him. And so you're on point with Arteezy going for the combat style. Getting the armlet up and running with Darkseer down. Some space is bought on the bottom lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So you get this kind of cut, but Miracle's still getting top lane. Alchemist still seems to at least control one of the jungles, or be able to farm inside the jungles. If you get this kill, what's the next objective? Like, do you look to try and force down tier 2 towers?
I think you need to get the bottom tower if you can. If that's not a possibility, you need to get aggressive vision around the triangle area. You can't just let Weeha play that all the time. He's stacking and farming it every minute. And he's just accumulating too much gold. He has BKB now. Maybe the time is already over. That's the problem. And that's why this hero has been so feared the entire tournament, is you make 1 or 2 mistakes in the early game, the punish of this is ridiculously high. At this point, how do you fight into the Alchemist? He has BKB, 16 minutes in. You don't have any physical damage. You only have your lifesteal doesn't even have an armlet.
He only just gets it now.
Okay, he has it now.
TP's out, but does not have it on his person. And Weeha's ready to fight. Underneath the tower, GH moves up, picks him up, throws him back down again. Arteezy, not forced to rage just yet. He's just hugging a spirit. Oh, they found the stack inside the jungle. That's nice for Weeha. Miracle can go down to the bottom lane to defend it. But Weeha's just taking EG's resources. And another half stack for Wee. There's actually enough money with the Radiance burn now to pick up a Blink Dagger. So some great jump available.
My god, he's farmed.
Yeah.
828 GPM right now, and no signs of any pressure being applied on him by EG anymore in the game. Well, they've killed him once, that's all they did.
That's easy, having his own little battle with Miracle. Weeha jumps in! It's a concoction, Arteezy wasn't ready for it. He's got infested Babel, needs to use it instantly. And maybe with the armor toggle, he'll buy some space. Fly's coming into the ET stomp, cancelled off here by Fly thanks to the disruption. And does he have a path out of here? Lifestealer, he's hiding for the moment. And Weeha, he doesn't care. He'll dive onto the tier 1 tower, taking out Fly. S4 is nearby, but where is Arteezy? Still inside the creep wave. He'll jump back out again. It's a great magnetizer from Crit. Mind Control having a hard time getting away. Disruption will be up. So is the ET splitter. Kuro's going to snap them all together with a back in. EG unwillingly thrown into the canyon. And Miracle will willingly throw him back over towards S4 to try and kill him. Weeha's already done the job on Sumail. And Evil Geniuses, it's Fly who's the one to survive.
Awesome stump from Kuro. He got 3 heroes. He set up for a very easy splitter for himself, and then the vacuum right at the end when it's about to snap. Make sure they all get in nice positions and just get blown up. And this game right now, Toby, it's looking really, really bad for EG. If you're an EG fan, you're worried right now. If
You know how I said Fly survived?
If you're Fly, you're also having a bad time.
That's the dieback. He pulled back in the fight just to come a little closer and then realized the fight was already done. Even underneath their own tier 1 tower in mid, EG can't claim it. And what does Weeha do? Start the farm. EG double TPs forward, and Weeha once again. Arteezy's home is the safest place to TP out. EG. But this is not what they want to have happen. You come back, you TP forward, but this fight, Fly underneath the tower. It all began with the harassment into Arteezy though. And then he just was nothing in this fight. He took forever to jump back out, but Kuro...
This roll-in from Crit is really good, but he doesn't have a single point in the grip. I'm honestly really surprised he went 4-4-0 here, because I think with just 1 point in silence there, he can silence multiple heroes that are bound up by the Magnetize, and maybe the outlook of that fight is completely different.
Great concoction from Weeha. Just trying to stop S4. Oh man, and how many stuns have they got? S4 just can't Timothy to save his life. Sumail, he wants to jump in as well. That's not the toss that he was really looking for. And now it's just Weeha, chemically raged up, beating into this Tiny. He can never blink away. Weeha, in fact, blinks himself forward. Tiny concocted up too. And Weeha, a double kill for him. It's like EG are falling apart at the seams. And, well, Liquid happy to put it in. There's that purge going to work. Miracle under the tier 2 tower side of fist. He dodges the rolling in from Crit, but he'll still end up going down. Crit will claim that kill, in fact. But here's your ET splitter once more. Now giving Weeha a triple kill. Crit, he'll jump away with the rolling boulder concocted up, but there's no one that's going to dive onto that tier 2 tower. Not yet from Liquid.
They will back off, respecting that the respawns are coming soon from EG. Still pinging out the bounty rune top. It is indeed still there. Miracle knows. They will TP up the position 5 Kuro. We'll grab this rune. What is it with Liquid and just picking these unorthodox heroes and making them look really good today? Night Stalker first, now the Darkseer, really understanding and having this deep hero pool and experience among their players is coming in handy. The creativity today has been really, really good, and their confidence got to be through the roof. How many games have they won in a row before this game? They won a best of 1, then a best of 3-2-0, and then another best of 3-2-0. So they're currently 6-0 in the lower bracket. And if they were to win this game, which looks overwhelmingly likely, they will be 7-0, unless I'm missing a loss they had. But I don't think so. I think they cleaned house so far.
Yeah, they did.
That's scary.
1-0 through Fnatic, 2-0 through TNC, 2-0 through RNG.
And Fly's dead.
Yep.
Again.
That's his 10th in 22 minutes. Maybe now Liquid can think about doing, well, they even need to think about doing Roshan. It feels like you may open up an opportunity for EG if you go for that. Just focus on the lanes, focus on the push, focus on the itemization, but I suppose Mech is now done. You are feeling immortal. No, enter the pit.
Alchemist has Assault Cuirass.
Oh my god.
He is super.
Oh my god. All right, sure. You'll take that.
912.
Watch it rise. 19,500 is his overall net worth. The closest to him is Arteezy on 10.5k. And that's rounding up.
Oh, they want to fight mid. He's going to go in.
Blink concoction. They start over on Crit. Flies nearby. Defensive disruption already going to begin. But Weeha still wants to battle into Arteezy. And here we go again with the stomp. The wall is down. Arteezy makes a copy of himself. Stop hitting yourself. As then the pull back. Crit can't get away. Miracle rejoins the fight to get himself a double kill. Searing Chains S4. Defensive Yule Scepter. He's got Chain available. But they've got the stomp perfectly timed from Kuro. A triple kill for Miracle. An evil genius
Oh, so fast!
There it is! The real Bloodseeker. They smell it in the water. EG, the trail of blue blood leads to their base. And Liquid, they'll go back to finish Roshan.
This game is completely under control for Liquid right now. All they need to do is not get into a bad team fight. That is the last, that feels like the last chance for EG. You gotta combine all your spells correctly. You gotta have this wonderful team fight where maybe you start off killing the Elder Titan, honestly. He's been such a huge problem in this game in these team fights. But Kuro's tanky, 21 charges, 1600 health. You don't even kill him with a tiny infest bomb, I think. Or if you do, it takes forever.
Smoke breaks, time to fight. Look at him go! Almost 700 movement speed. Concoction jumps forward. It won't hit, however. The quick silence over on Weeha, but he did still throw the Concoction. Rage soaked it. EG, they had no chance to Arfu it. You actually had the TP on cooldown for crit, so he couldn't get close enough to try any kind of shenanigans. So they had to come out as 5 men, but it came way too late. So Liquid claimed the tier 2 tower up in the top lane, leaving still the bottom towers intact for EG, but Liquid can go high ground now if they want to. A fresh BKB for Miracle. They'll TP home to regen up and come back in. I don't know how EG start this fight, apart from like a blink toss back from Sumail, but he's got no get out of jail free card once he does that. Just to sacrifice his life for it.
They could kick him away after. I mean, we're kind of grasping at straws here because this game is, that is what EG are doing as well. They have to remain optimistic. They have to look for the one miracle play that exists. And I'm not talking about going on Miracle because that's probably not the play at this point. You need to somehow find a way of completely repositioning an enemy hero. The blink toss is good. Roll in and kicking somebody into towers could work.
It's like you have to catch Weeha out while he doesn't have Aegis or Chemical Rage. Sumail hiding in the trees. Forced up! Oh, we got pushed in. It was GH. It actually broke the trees, gave the information. And Sumail, at that point, he was about 150 gold away from completing his Echo Saber. He's a lot further away now and has no buyback. 100-ish gold away.
I'm hearing some Let's Go Liquid in the crowd. Feeling it. That's...
Oh, he actually gets an Aghanim Scepter instantly.
Miracle.
All right.
Right.
Sure.
Miracle online. He's almost level 18. That will be 5 remnants.
You know, Weeha was actually looking at it, and Miracle had Aghanim Scepter queued up. He was actually looking to buy it himself. It's like, dude, I got money.
I'll help you, buddy.
I've got some money. Maybe a little extra.
Give him a little cookie.
That hero looks so cool. Here comes Liquid. In through the bottom. EG. This defense will be hard. The Spirit Vessel of the ES has to go to work. Just trying to stop Weeha's regeneration with the Chemical Rage up. But here comes Miracle. Aghanim's buffed up. You got the BKB for protection. That's easy. Maybe they have some damage to kill off Miracle. The Side of Fist will do some work, but he's still got 1 charge that's available too. S4 has to chain himself away to safety. Weeha, he's ready to blink. Concoction's up. And there's the double stun. Back wall combination. That's how you do it. 2 heroes down. They'll buy back. The tier 3 tower has fallen. The Team Liquid, clinical. They will back up from this surgical attack onto the bottom lane. But have they really backed up? We're pulling a Rock's Kiss. It's an old fashioned. Pull it out and then get ready to attack again.
Ion Shell, Surge.
Here we go. Rage. Made it out from Martizi. Weeha still with the Aegis Immortal Chemical Rage of cooldown right now. And EG just do not see the opportunity. It definitely isn't Weeha. Double Sleight of Fist, Searing Chain from Miracle, just creating the space for Weeha. The Spirit's out on top of him too. So Kuro can come in with some damage. A Searing Chain again. Timbersaw control this time around. That's easy. Gonna rage and dodge the stomp. But this is all cover fire. Multiple layers of protection as Weeha claims the lane of Rax with no answer from EG.
He's gonna immediately continue to take this shrine. Uncle Gaben's calculator says 99 to 1 to be. I'm thinking about what the 1% is.
Yeah, what is that one?
This game for EG has been, honestly, just been really rough from start to finish. They got into an awkward laning position with a tri-lane Timbersaw to begin with, didn't really help them out. Weehaw got free farm in his lane. Miracle did well in mid. Darkseer had a great time. Everybody on Liquid is super online this game. And for me, this might be Kuro's best performance of the whole tournament, really showing up in this series and this game in particular. Countless really good stomps. Got the first blood on the rune. Really dominated in his lane to secure Weehaw.
And the draft panel, we're talking a lot about that all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, is this really something
Good
you
hero.
want to let through the ban call? Both teams value it highly. EG, we still have to look to them. What is the answer? Right now, it's not buybacks. You've got one on ES, you've got one on the Livestealer. And initiation starting to arrive as well from Liquid, a Blink Dagger flying out for GH. Samael, he has the Oblivion stuff. He still can't finish up that Echo save because he had to commit the buyback too. S4's, he's got some protection through the Pipe of Insight, but that's even pretty difficult too. Liquid burn through it so quick. Both shrines will now fall outside the base.
I think Weeha's going to buy this Octarine and they'll try to go high ground. I feel like Liquid know this one's in the bag. Finish off your item.
Curry has got it.
He needs another 5 gold.
He's Alchemist.
He's got it now.
He's got it. And they're coming up. Miracle's the front liner this time around. He's got Arcane Rune bottled up, ready to go. Because Weehaw doesn't have the Aegis, the Immortal, so maybe they feel a bit better. Arteezy picked up, throwing down the concoction, will connect. He's able to rage. That'll allow him to dodge the ET. At least his stomp. But Weehaw's back in once again. While in mid, Miracle is just soloing up the ES, hitting the back lines with Weehaw under the tier 4 towers. No place is safe. S4 defensive Yule Scepter up again, but the concoction will connect, and Weehaw has the double kill. No bike back for S4. Same for Fly. And Arteezy is just wondering, what do I do? I'm beating my head against a wall. While Weehaw's beating his blades against my tower. Now Miracle back in again. Another Searing Chain. GH with a Blink pickup. They've got some time. Buyback comes in from Arteezy. As the avalanche from Samael is just a nibble on the back of mind control, and here we go. Concoction again. Back up together. Finish it in style. This game's over. There's no way EG can defend this. They've got no heroes. There is no more chances. Liquid, they win 2-0 versus EG, eliminating them from the International and keeping this clean run through the lower bracket. Fnatic, TNC, RNG, and now EG. Not a game lost. They are the lower bracket kings.
And now they will go up against the winner of Secret and Vici Gaming, who will play tomorrow.
That they will.
The challenges get harder and harder, but Liquid, they had a weak start to the group stage. They recovered. They still had to start in the lower bracket. You wouldn't think so when you watch how they play. You would have thought this team started in the upper bracket, right? They're playing really good Dota. Nope, they actually didn't, but they've picked up so much steam. They know exactly what they need to do in the game. They have a very clear game plan, very similar understanding of how Dota should be played right now.
They really seem to have found the sweet spot in the meta. Horo pulling out a Darkseer. 100% win rate, sample size, I don't care, Alan. This one is a good one. Team Liquid able to claim the victory 2-0 over Evil Geniuses.
Beyond a shadow of a doubt, indeed, Liquid taking this series over Evil Geniuses. Evil Geniuses eliminated. We have a Darkseer picked. Where do you want to start this one off, Cap? Because I know, you said before the series started, or after the first game, actually, you got a farm, and then we saw a team farm. It wasn't EG.
Yeah, Team Liquid definitely with that Alchemist pickup, Evil Genius.